Won't you just leave? Don't you think it's presumptuous for a low-educated fool to come here and ask for an interview? You're too idiot to be here. Go home. After my mom passed away, I started working right after graduation from high school. I was fired from my job due to harassment from my boss and looked down upon in job interviews. My life was a series of misfortunes. Nothing ever went right for me. But I kept trying and didn't give up. Education doesn't matter. What's important is having a compassionate heart. Now, I truly believe that from the bottom of my heart. My name is Ken. I live with my beloved younger sister Emily, who is 6 years younger than me, and our mom. We grew up in a single-parent household due to complex family circumstances. Our parents divorced before I could remember my father. I don't recall my father's face, and to spare us any discomfort, my mom never showed us a single photo of him. Being a single-parent family, my mom worked part-time during the day and came back in the evening. We lived on welfare, but my sister and I always admired our mother's hard work. She was a graduate of a prestigious university. Additionally, she was the best home tutor I could ever boast about. Ever since I was in elementary school, I used to ask her various questions about my studies, but she never gave me the answers easily. Mom, this math problem is just too difficult for me. Ken, this is how it is, she'd say. She never actually gave the answer. This was always the case. She would give me hints to lead me to the answer myself. I got it. The answer is C. Math is so interesting. Exactly right. Now that you've got the answer, let's have dinner. Emily must be hungry too. My mom was good at math and science. Maybe that influenced me, and I gradually started liking those subjects too. Mom, I want to go to a science university, a national one, of course, because it's cheaper. Do you think I can make it? I want to get a job in a company and help you out. Our lives will become much richer. Of course, you can do it, Ken. I'll support you so you can go to your desired school. Go for it with all your might. I must have been her hope. In my last winter of high school, right before Christmas, when I was studying hard for my dream university, my mom was cleaning the bathroom, and Emily, watching her, said, "I want to help," as she stood by. Suddenly, Emily came into my room. "Ken, come quick, Mom. I ran to the bathroom. There, my mom had collapsed. We called an ambulance immediately, but it was too late. She never came back home. The cause was a sudden subarachnoid hemorrhage. Without showing any signs, she always warmly watched over us, her children. With the help of relatives, we managed to hold the funeral. I was in a state of apathy. Emily, still in her last year of elementary school, took time to accept the reality. Our aunt said, "If there's anything, please let me know," but though her words were kind, she lived far away and we hadn't met much, so I only thanked her. After the funeral, Christmas came and went, and the new year began. I started to think about the savings Mom had left for us, our current life, and our future, trying to find answers on my own. On the first day back to school after the winter holidays, I told my homeroom teacher in the teacher's room, "I've decided to give up on going to ABC University." "Ken, it's unfortunate about your mom, but are you sure? It's ABC University. You have the academic ability to get in. I think you might regret this." "It's okay. I'll work and take care of my sister. This is the best solution I've come up with. I have no regrets." "I see. Understood. I'll report this to the career guidance teacher. We're here to support you. Feel free to consult us about anything, no matter how small." "Thank you." After leaving the teacher's room, I ran to the back of the gymnasium. I couldn't stop crying over the decision I had made by myself. I came home with my eyes swollen from crying. "Well, what's that smell? It smells like curry. I'm home. Oh, welcome back, Kim. I tried making curry for the first time, just like Mom used to. It's chicken curry because chicken is cheap. Really? That's great, Emily. But isn't it a bit burnt? Don't worry about it, let's eat. The rice was watery and the curry was slightly burnt. It was Emily's first attempt at cooking, and she's only in 6th grade. Emily, I've decided to start working from spring. Wait, what about ABC University? Aren't you going there? This is the decision I've come to after much thought. It's okay. Then, I'll go to ABC University. Haha, you got me there. I'll make sure to support you, Emily. Eating the slightly burnt chicken curry, Emily's declaration to pursue further education cleared away all the gloom I had been feeling. From then on, Emily started making lunch for me as well. Despite being only in 6th grade, she accepted reality very maturely. I'm proud to have such a capable sister. The sudden shift from wanting to go to college to deciding to work. Finding a job was tough, but with the help of my homeroom teacher and the career guidance teacher, I somehow managed to secure a position at a local company. My name is Ken. As a new employee at a local company, I was among the youngest. Especially in the sales department where I was assigned, the age gap with everyone else was significantly large. My closest colleague was Chris, 25 years old, who was my supervisor. Chris was quite a character. Chris, I'm looking forward to working with you. 18, hey, high school graduate. Yes, I just graduated from high school. I see, a high school grad. Everyone else here has a college degree. He was pretty assertive from day one. Despite the fact that I had gone through the proper job hunting process and joined after graduating from high school. From then on, I woke up at 5 a.m. every day, took the breakfast and lunch Emily had prepared the day before, and left the house. I arrived at the office earlier than anyone else, started by checking the sales reports, cleaned the toilets, and served drinks to the clients who visited, working harder than anyone else. Although it was essentially menial work, I made sure to do it diligently. And almost every day, Chris, my supervisor, would harass me in ways that are all too common in companies. Ken, did you prepare the presentation materials for Company B? Yes, here they are. What's this? Did I really ask you to prepare something like this? I tried to follow your instructions. It's not about trying. No one's going to look at this. It's back to square one. Duh. Now I have to spend extra effort on this. This is what I don't like high school grads. I'll report this to the department head, Edward. Chris was close to Edward. Upon close observation, Chris's skill at sucking up to Edward was evident. However, as soon as Edward was away, Chris would start bad-mouthing him to me. You know, Edward is so useless. I wish he'd get transferred out soon. I was always amazed at Chris's two-faced nature. One lunch break, on a particularly sunny day. On the company building's rooftop bench, I ate the lunch that Emily had made for me as usual. Today's lunch is chicken curry. I should have improved since last time. Don't lose to C and do your best at work, the message inside read. The initial C unmistakably referred to Chris. I had talked to Emily about having such a boss, and she always listened carefully. The chicken curry has indeed improved. It's much tastier than before. After enjoying the meal, I cleaned the lunchbox and returned to my desk at work. Then Chris approached me, asking, smells like curry. What did you have for lunch, Ken? Yes, my sister made me chicken curry for lunch. It was delicious. What are you thinking, man? We have a meeting with a client soon. You plan to meet them smelling like curry. You're not considerate at all. Like brother, like sister. This is why I can't stand high school grads. Forget it. I won't take you with me. I'll go meet the client alone. Just remember, if we don't get this deal, It's your fault. Chris, filled with anger, left to meet the client alone. I felt terribly down, but as time passed, Chris returned around 4 p.m. This is the worst. There's no way we're getting that deal. Damn it. I'll make sure to report this to Edward. It was impossible to secure the deal with the intense curry smell you and your sister create. Chris, I admit my fault, but my sister has nothing to do with this. Please take that back. Oh, what's this? You have a sister complex. I'll include that in my report to Edward. For the first time, I couldn't hold back and voiced my opinion to my boss after enduring his constant bullying and even insults towards Emily. I was well aware that he reported both true and false information to Edward. I realized I disliked Chris about 6 months after starting my job. The days of enduring continued. The spendable income was low, and the bonus was merely nominal. 1 year and 5 months had passed since I started working. As usual, I woke up at 5 a.m., washed my face, and was getting ready for work when Emily woke up. Good morning. Don't push yourself too hard. You look tired. You're going to get scolded by C again, hey. Do you think so? Lately, I've mastered how to deal with C, like it's a final boss in a game. I've got my strategy down. If you say so. Was Emily's comment some kind of premonition? Of course, there was no strategy for handling Chris. Reluctantly, I headed to work, expecting to be scolded again. A 15-minute walk from our house spread a residential area, and there was a park where my mother, Emily, and I used to play. It was on my way to work. Sometimes, I'd sit on a park bench alone in the morning and think. Then, I saw an elderly woman suddenly fall forward on the bench. Ma'am, are you okay? I rushed to help her, making sure she could breathe easily by holding her in a comfortable position. Oh, my head hurts. Head, I gasped. It might be an acute subarachnoid hemorrhage, just like my mother. This was serious. I quickly took out my phone to call an ambulance and rushed to buy some water. Ma'am, I've called an ambulance. Here, drink this. Oh, thank you. She managed to sip a little water. She was conscious, but I couldn't let my guard down. Having lost my beloved mother, I had learned what to do in case someone suddenly collapsed. The key was to keep talking to them. Talk to them, make them comfortable, and gather the essentials. Though the elderly woman was a stranger, I didn't want her to end up like my mother. The ambulance arrived. The paramedics asked, "Ma'am, are you okay?" The woman had been out for a walk and didn't have any identification or a phone with her. Thoughts of work crossed my mind, but human life comes first. I left a message about the situation to the company and decided to go with the elderly woman. May I join her in the ambulance? We'd appreciate that. Thank you. We arrived at the emergency hospital. The elderly woman was transported on a stretcher with a drip and an oxygen mask. While the doctor was attending to her, I felt that a message wasn't enough, so I called the company directly to inform them I'd be late. A few hours later, the doctor who had been treating the elderly woman came out. She's suffering from dehydration. It's been quite hot these days. She'll need to be hospitalized for 3 or 4 days, but she's conscious and stable now. You can even talk to her. As a doctor, I'm grateful for your courageous act of calling an ambulance and accompanying her. It's nothing. I'm just glad she's okay. The lady wants to speak with you. Will you see her? I'll just say a quick hello and then leave. I visited the elderly woman in her room. Thank you. Thanks to you, I feel like I've been given a bit more time to live. You're dressed for work, aren't you? What's your name? I'm Ken. I'll remember that. Thank you so much. I quickly took a taxi from the station in front of the park and rushed to the company. I arrived just before noon, at 11:40 a.m. Good morning. I apologize for being significantly late. As expected, Chris was furious. Ken, you're late because you were helping some random old lady. Do you know what day it is? Yes, we have a presentation at Company C this afternoon. I prepared the presentation materials at home last night. They're right here. Which is more important to you, random old lady with not much time left or the presentation at Company C? No, I thought saving a life was the priority. Playing the hero, hey, you're fired. What? You chose that old lady over a business deal, right? We don't need a salesman like that. President Parker and Edward are waiting for you in the meeting room. Go and tell them your heroic story. I went to the meeting room as soon as I arrived. Just as Chris said, they informed me I was fired. No matter how much I explained the situation, it was futile. Chris and Edward, always looking to find fault, were in cahoots. There was no doubt that Chris had already reported the situation to President Parker. That day, I returned home, frustrated and in tears after receiving the unjust dismissal. I'm home. Welcome back. I made your favorite chicken. What's wrong? Did Chris fire you? What? It's written all over your face. You've always been easy to read. There's nothing quite as frightening as a woman's intuition. I explained to Emily what happened and why I was fired. She understood the situation completely and then said, "When one door closes, another opens. We learned that in class today. You did a good thing by saving a life. If that's the answer you came up with, I support my kind brother. When one door closes, another opens, huh?" Emily's growth as a matured lady and her intuition never ceased to amaze me. I'm always being encouraged by her. The chicken curry I ate the next morning, the spices spread through my mouth, making it the best taste I've ever experienced. I resigned at the end of the month. I'm going to start job hunting, but I'll still have some free time. Teach me how to make your special chicken curry. I went to the supermarket to buy ingredients. I wanted to sit on the bench in the park I used to pass through on my way to work and think about what to do next. When I entered the park, someone was already sitting on the bench. Not today, then. No problem, I'll come back later. Just as I was about to head to the supermarket and leave the spot. Can. Yes. The person on the bench was the elderly woman I had helped the other day. She came over and started talking to me. We sat on the bench and talked about recent events at leisure. She, now fully recovered, seemed even more interested in me, asking various questions that made me wonder, why would she ask that? In the course of our conversation, I accidentally let slip that I had been fired from my job. I know the president of D Company. What? The famous local D Company. If you're not busy, why don't you try applying there? I'll let the president know that for you. Apply to D Company, that famous trading company. There's no way I, a high school graduate, could do that. What is she talking about? Trying to leave the situation gracefully, I said, well, it's great to see you're doing well. I'll give it a try. Sort of a commemorative application, and then I took my leave. 3 weeks later, the interview day at D Company arrived. I had studied up on D Company and prepared as best I could. Well, so this is D Company. Their building was a 200-meter tall skyscraper. The first floor housed a convenience store, restaurants, a lobby for business discussions, and more, making me feel utterly out of place. Well, it's just a commemorative application. I guess I would have the door slammed in my face. Haha. I approached the receptionist on the first floor and said, "Excuse me, I'm Ken, here for a job interview today." 2 minutes later, a male interviewer came down. "You must be Ken. I'm Brian, and I'll be conducting your interview today. Please, this way." We took the elevator to the interview venue. It was a meeting room on the 10th floor. On the way there, Brian had been friendly and we had light conversation. "Please have a seat here. Relax, okay?" "Thank you." It seems he had already noticed how tense I was. "Then, I'll take a look at your resume." "Yes." Soon after opening the envelope and seeing my resume, Brian's expression turned somewhat grim. "So, Ken, you entered the workforce right after graduating high school?" "Yes, due to certain circumstances, I started working immediately." "Well, it's tough for high school graduates at our company. This must be some mistake. Did you see the convenience store on the first floor? Maybe you got mixed up with an interview there." "No, I'm certain I'm in the right place." "It's going to be difficult for us to hire you. Do you understand your place?" I do. There are many people who work hard even though they only have a high school diploma. Is it really necessary to have a college degree?" That's annoying." Brian put the resume back into the envelope and handed it back to me dismissively. "Wouldn't you rather leave? Don't you think it's presumptuous for someone with a low education to come here for an interview? You're too idiot to be here. Go home." At the moment I was yelled at, the door was opened. What?" That was the first thing I blurted out. The elderly woman I had helped was there in a suit. Another man was standing there too. Hello, President Thompson. I heard you telling Ken to leave just now. I think the one who should be leaving is you." Me. "That's enough for today. You may leave. Make sure to calm down your thought." From the conversation, it was clear the man was the president of D Company. "President Thompson, Margaret, what's going on here?" I recommended Ken to President Thompson. "Was that inconvenient for you?" "No, not at all." Don't judge people by their academic background. What kind of person are you? Leave now." Brian turned pale and left the room. "I'm sorry for startling you like this. The president I mentioned is actually my husband. Thank you so much for helping my wife, Margaret, when she fell ill." President Thompson continued. "I had to say that, or I thought you wouldn't apply for our company. When we talked on the park bench, I hoped you would join us. We wanted someone like you." The elderly woman I had helped was Margaret, the wife of D Company's president and also the head of HR. She had a keen eye for people. The meeting with them felt more like a casual chat than an interview. When one door closes, another opens. I was officially hired to work in the sales department at D Company. It felt like a dream. The company culture was entirely different. It was a comfortable working environment for me. I would occasionally run into Margaret at the entrance. "Ken, how's work going? Getting the hang of it?" "Yes, Margaret, I'm enjoying it and being myself." "Great." 5 years passed. My income got stable, allowing me to plan for the future. Emily was now in her 3rd year of high school. Her skill of making lunchbox improved with her age and experience. I appreciated it every day, looking forward to my meal. Today's sandwich has a star shape. What does that mean? Later, President Thompson called me in. Margaret was there too. "Ken, there's an upcoming presentation event with various companies, big and small. Would you like to give it a try?" Me. "Your presentation skills have untapped potential. I recommended you to President Thompson again. I'm sure you'll achieve great results." "Thank you, Margaret. I'll do my best." Don't be so formal. The star mark in Emily's lunchbox makes sense now. A month later, fully prepared, I attended the event. Despite the large crowd, I remained composed. Isn't that? It was Chris, my former direct supervisor. He was also attending the event. We looked at each other. Chris glared at me as soon as he recognized me. I guess Chris is also doing his best, but I have my own path to follow. I can't lose. Undeterred, I presented in my own way. I secured a contract with one of the largest corporations attending. I had outperformed Chris, who had a college degree. Luck is part of skill. Joining D Company might have been luck, but I always acted thoughtfully and decisively beyond that. I never belittle people. Nor do I look down on them. President Thompson and Margaret had been observing my daily conduct. Those who watch do so attentively, noticing even the smallest details. Both President Thompson and Margaret were thrilled with the contract I secured with a major corporation. At a young age, I was promoted to sales manager at an unprecedented speed. Now, I'm in a position to lead others. When teaching others, I never give away the answers easily. I provide hints and encourage them to find the answers by themselves. This was a lesson from my late mother. The following year, my sister Emily was enrolled to the National ABC University, our mother's alma mater. She may be a bit of a seer with an exceptional intuition, but as her only brother, I want to watch over her slowly until she graduates from university.